Okay, we are starting recording now. Good time of the day. My name is Margarita Miller. I'm a Neurographica instructor, aesthetic coach, expatriate coach since 2014. And welcome to this class of basic Neurographica session. And today we're gonna do the algorithm which is called well, it's part of the basic course of algorithms, and the algorithm is called algorithm of reveal of intentions. And I'll show you the presentation first, and then we'll be able to dive into our drawing. So I'll just open the presentation right now for you, so you can have it. Oh, I can see you. You can do the audio now. So if you can speak, would be great. If you can, that's fine as well. So I'll do the screen share, and you will see the presentation. So today, algorithm of reveal of intentions. Okay. But before we dive into the algorithm itself, let's talk a bit about Neurographica. And to recap what you already talked about with Lana, about Neurographica itself and how we do Neurographica. So Neurographica is a practice of project facilitation. It's a creative method of transforming the world. And it's access to being in the flow, access to being in that special state which allows you to get into the subconscious mind. So it is a means of modeling the unconscious to the paper and into our lives. And it's also the means of accessing the unconscious, which we already have. It's Neurographic, it's a synthesis of art, science, and management, and also it's a means of restoring inspiration into one's life. So if someone is having low mood or not happy, Neurographic can help with that. And obviously it's also style of art. So this is just a quick recap of Neurographica. And now it's about Neurographica's assets. Neurographica's assets are 5. First is the name Neurographic itself. And I'm sure Lana talked to you about the usage of Neurographica because it's a trademark, it's a registered mark. But anyway, this is a basic course. You don't really need to know too much about it because you're not going to teach Neurographica, you're just learning it for yourself. Neurographica's assets is also line. It's a Graphica active. It's also so-called prescribed line. And it's also principle of conjoining or rounding. And it's called prescribed principle. One basic Neurographic asset is basic algorithm, which you already learned with Lana. And based on this algorithm, on all the 7 steps of algorithm, all other algorithms are made. The steps might be interchanged, but they always follow that rule. And obviously this asset of Neurographic is Neurographica's community, our group. So that's great to be here with you. And next, now we talk about 10 principles of Neurographic. About this, I will also create a video which will be more detailed. But today we're just going to touch upon it, and then in the detailed video you'll hear more in details. But all what you need to know for this course is here. So one of the principles of Neurographica is the fact that drawing is easy. Why is this a principle of Neurographica? Partially because many people think that drawing and is complicated. You need to finish art school, or you need to draw very well, and that's not the case. In Neurographica, sorry. In Neurographica, anyone can draw. And why is it so? Because in Neurographica, we do not draw any specific objects. Actually, we try to get away from symbolism completely. So we don't draw cats, we don't, apart from maybe sketching course, but it's a particular way of drawing. So we don't draw like cats, houses, anything specific. We are based on abstract drawing on the shapes, and everyone can do the abstract drawing. So drawing is easy, and especially neurographical drawing is definitely easy. Second principle is the world consists of lines and figures. So if you have a look at the world, you can look at the tree, you can look at the sea. When you're going out and you see the seaside, you see the sand and you see the water. They're touching each other, and they're the lines, and these lines look very much like neurographical lines. Also, the way how your tree grows, you look at the tree, you think it's symmetrical, you think it's perfect, but actually all the lines which a tree has, it's neurographical. But what is neurographical lines? They're bionic lines as well. And as you learned already before. Another principle of Neurographica is that image represents meanings. So we have the image, we're drawing something abstract, but it represents you the internal meaning for yourself. And it's not like art therapy where you first draw and then you have to analyze the drawing, or that's your childhood memories come out here. No, in Neurographic, it's a bit different. In Neurographic, it's more about process of drawing. Not so much the final result, not so much how beautiful is the drawing, even though that's great if it is. It's more how you're going through this process. And that's what helps you to resolve your problem or to find the solution to whatever you're drawing. So meaning is an essence of an emotional state. This is the fourth principle of Neurographic. So the meaning of what you're drawing is an essence of what you're feeling. And we do the 4 levels of reflection. And so these 4 levels can reflect different levels of meaning. So here we talk about emotional, but there are 4 levels. It's the image itself, then it's emotional feelings, then how our body feels, and what our minds think. So problems are created by our minds, indeed. So this is the 5th principle of Neurographica. And what we're doing while drawing Neurographica, we are trying to go inside our minds and to resolve those problems which we created for ourselves. Any problem can be resolved graphically, and it can be drawn. So it doesn't matter what kind of your topic is, whether it's super global, like peace in the whole world, or it's something very internal. Obviously, if you draw the peace in the whole world, that all the wars will stop. It's not like with one drawing you're going to resolve it. No. Because also there's what we're doing while drawing. We are changing our perceptions, we are changing our minds, we are changing our ways of doing something or accepting something. So if the event is not created by you and it's not influenced directly by you, by drawing it, what you can do is to change your attitude towards it, but obviously you will not change the event itself. So I live in London, UK, and we are going through the Brexit. And for example, if I don't like the Brexit, I don't like the idea, which obviously I'm from Latvia, I'm from European Union, why would be for Brexit? So if I don't like Brexit, for example, so I'm gonna draw like basic algorithm which you learned at Lana, algorithm of removal of limitations, and like, so I'm going to draw it, and the topic is Brexit. Obviously, I'm not going to stop the Brexit. So many people didn't manage to stop, so I'm sure I'm not going to stop it with my drawing. But what I can stop is my negative feelings, my negative emotions, because negative feelings, they don't help anyone. They don't give any benefits to you or to anything else. So that's the way how we do. But if it's in some internal problems, so like relationship between two people, like you and someone else, you and a relative, or it's projects you are doing, like for example, even the project which we are having with Lana, the Vault of Neurographica. So all this can be resolved graphically. Obviously, what we're resolving is our ideas, how we can solve the problem. It's not like I'm going to draw it and then I'll just sit at home and like watch how everything has happened. No, but we create the new neuropath. And how it's done, then image of the solution is based on principles of biological systems found in nature. It's called bionics. So while we're drawing, we're creating new neuropaths in our brains, and that means that we are creating new ways of doing something. Because at the moment, what we're doing in a stereotypical way, and by creating new neuropaths, we are getting out of the stereotypical way. We are getting out of this frame. And eighth principle is an image plan doesn't have the borders. So even though we have the paper, and I can show you one of my drawings. For example, this is the drawing. This was, I think, the basic algorithm, if I remember correctly. So yeah, this is a drawing. It has the borders, but an image, what we see, doesn't have the borders, because this line, like I can say, for example, this line, this thick line, it stops here, but in general, it continues, and we have a feeling that it continues. So no matter what we draw, even if we draw like a shape, which is only half in the drawing, we still can see, we still can feel it, that it goes outside as well. And harmony brings satisfaction. Obviously, while drawing, we create the harmony, internal and external. External means on the paper. And this external harmony and internal harmony that brings satisfaction, and also the solution of your topic brings satisfaction. So, and the final principle of Neurographic is that universe fits on pencil's ends. So we have a pencil, and why it's universe fits on pencil end, because with this pencil we can draw anything, whatever we want. So let's recap. I'm sure you covered this with Lana. Just to recap it, because today we're going to draw quite many lines. What is neurographic or prescribed line? Prescribed line is a line which does not repeat itself in any part of its movement. We lead it to where we do not expect it to go. And it's not stereotypical, it's natural, as nothing repeats in the nature. So again, let's recap what we learned before. I know you had 2 lessons before, but it's, as we say in Russian, the mother of, the repetition is the mother of learning. So it's good to repeat, because we're going to draw today many lines. So I want to make sure that you draw the line correctly. And let's start with the line. But before we actually start with the line, I want to remind you another thing which you already learned is about, actually no, there's not here. It's about conjoining. So the other principle of neurographic is conjoining, is when 2 lines intersect with each other. As you can see in my background pictures, there are neurographical lines, and where they intersect, what we do conjoining, we do rounding. But all this we'll do when we start the practice session. And now let's dive into one more important topic, which I'm sure Lana mentioned slightly, but let's go a bit deeper as well. It's the instruments of Neurographica. So instruments of Neurographica, we have several. So we have the highlighter pen. It's like this one, for example. Then we have markers. Markers can be thick, they can be thin, they can be black, they can be colorful. Then we have such liners, liner pen. If you can see it now. So yeah. So that liner pens, for example, here I have like a set of liner pen. They're all black, but I love them because they give very great opportunity to have lines of different thickness. And another way of how you can make your image three-dimensional is by using the lines of different thickness. Why the marker? The marker is important is because we, why the marker is important? Because markers are available everywhere and it gives color, it gives quite intense color. And it's popular, like everyone uses marker, and it's also modern. So the markers didn't exist 200 years ago. And art should be modern, otherwise it's not art, but a remake of something that happened before. And there's a rule of marker. Basically, the thicker you take marker, the quicker you have the job. And I suggest, like in the beginning, when you are just learning Neurographica, you take the thicker one. As you go forward, you can take the thinner one, because the thinner takes more time, it's more scrupulous work. So it will take you more time. But sometimes, like especially also if the topic is very intense and you need a quick solution, then I suggest you use the thick marker. Obviously, don't use like super thick to do the burst. So this will be a bit too thick for the burst, but you can use like this one for the burst instead of using this very thin one. So this is about the instruments. Also, it's important to remember that in Neurographica, the subject is more important than an object. How you feel things sense is more important than how your drawing looks. So just a moment. I also forgot, like I know Lana she uses the, not the pencils, but the pastels. In general, officially, in Neurographica, we do not use pastels because it's not the graphical element, as well as we do not use watercolors officially. But obviously, I'm not going to stop you saying, okay, don't do it. Maybe when you're doing the basic level, don't use watercolor, because watercolor, it cannot have a specific borders. When you use a watercolor, you put it and it might splash somewhere else. Whereas with the marker, you can be more precise, and marker is a graphical element. You can use also pencils. A lot of my drawings, I use watercolor pencils. And what's beautiful about them, that when you use a pencil, you can be very precise, and then you add the water, and then you can blend it, but still within the frame of your drawing. So you, unlike with the watercolor, it doesn't go outside the borders because you already put the borders, if it makes sense. Okay. So this about the instruments. Obviously, you do not need to have all the instruments straight away. You can use whatever you have at the moment, and then the further you go in Neurographica, the more instruments you get. Like I now have quite a lot. I get passionate about them, and I have my favorites. And I'm sure you will have yours as well. So, and let's come back to the reflection points. There are 4 levels of reflection. We need it before we start drawing, just to recap what you already learned before, so that you know how we start drawing again. So reflection. First, we look at the image and we ask ourselves, how does it look? How does it look, this image in the paper, on the paper and in our mind? Then we go into the feelings. We ask our emotional intellect, and we see how we feel, whether we feel happy, sad, what kind of emotions. And often people, when you ask, oh, what do you feel? They start saying, oh, I feel the beautiful butterfly, but that's not the feeling, that's what you're thinking. So please do not mix emotions with the thoughts, because the thoughts is another step of reflection. Oh, I have an insect, that's strange. We have a winter here. So feelings also, while monitoring the feelings, we monitor our resistance to change. We monitor about what we feel, how we feel, and whether we are ready to change it. And I must admit, the feeling's not always pleasant, and neurographic is not something what makes you, while drawing, you always feel positive, nice, wonderful. No, it's not like that at all. Usually during the drawing, especially if the topic is very like painful or it's something very important to you, then during the drawing, you will get ups and downs. You'll start feeling quite negative, then you feel positive. So it comes with the waves. But often in the end of the drawing, you do feel positive. You do feel know the solution. If it's not, then maybe you need to have another drawing. Like, for example, if you're drawing divorce, obviously it's not going to be resolved, all your feelings in one drawing. Or if you're drawing something like a big topic, or I know a lot of women who are not married, they like drawing the marriage. I'm getting married, I find my life spouse, and etc. And yes, that's a great topic, but it's huge. So by doing one drawing, you will not resolve it. You need to do more. So the third level of reflection is sensation. So it's vision, kinesthetic, and audio. So what do you feel? What does your body feel? And the fourth one is the conclusion. It's thoughts, ideas, and insights. Okay. And now we talk about the topic. So about the topic, I will mention it here, but interestingly, in today's algorithm, the topic is not important. That's why I will cover it here, because we're not going to cover it so much while we're drawing. In the topic, it's important to do the actualization. So actualization is, you think about how topic is important to you, because there is no point of drawing on something what is not important. Let's not waste our time, because you use your time for that. So obviously that doesn't need to be important. And we choose the topic. Why? To gather the neural connections which are related to the theme. So we are diving into this and we are thinking about it. And please follow the health and safety. What is the health and safety? Only one topic can be written during one day. And what does it mean? I'm not talking that you can do only one drawing during the day, no. But you can do only one topic. It's like, if I have a topic, I don't know, business trip, and another topic is relationship with my mother, I'm not going to draw both of them in one day. I'm going to draw one, which is the business trip today, and then the other one I'll draw in another day. And the way how it works is that you can draw different algorithms in one day on one topic, and you can draw different aspects of it. For example, if I draw a business trip, it's like, okay, then first part I will draw safe arrival or safe, easy airplane journey. Then the second part I'll draw about, I do great presentation in the conference. Then and so on and so forth. So it can be a big topic and you can do different drawings on that topic, but you cannot say completely different topic. So that is about health and safety. So now about the topic itself. It doesn't mean, it doesn't have to be positive or negative. You know, if you are familiar with affirmations, then you will know that in topic, when you do the affirmations, usually you need to do the affirmations in a positive way. It's like, if someone wants to lose weight, then oh no, another one is better. For example, if someone wants to quit smoking, then you can say, oh, I want to quit smoking, or I don't want to smoke. I am not smoking. But positive way of this saying is that I'm non-smoker, or I'm tobacco-free, for example. However, in Neurographica, this doesn't matter. So don't worry about it too much. The way how the topic comes to your mind, use it in this way. And another way how we can do actualization is by closing our eyes and imagining the topic. Think about what kind of images come to your mind. Think what is in your mind when you think about it. And obviously what you already done with Lana, you do 2 minutes, and during these 2 minutes you do brainstorming. You put any words on your paper, anything what comes to your mind, and it can be related to the topic and can be not related to the topic. Later on, when you go in Neurographica, you might want to do this kind of brainstorm only with the words which are sort of related to the topic, but that's not necessary, especially not in the beginning. And there should be minimum 20 words. If less, then it means you're hiding something from yourself, and maybe you need to ask yourself why. But in general, that's not a problem. But that's not going to happen today, because today, unlike the basic algorithm of Neurographica, where we have 7 steps, and we start with the theme, and we start with the 2 minutes and writing down the words, today we don't need to have that. Instead of the theme, we will ask ourselves one question. So to remind, this is the 7 steps of basic algorithm of Neurographica. Have a look at them at the moment, because I'm going to switch to the next slide where you will see the algorithm of reveal of intentions. And as it will have the steps changed. So this is the algorithm of revealing of intentions. And in general, it does consist all of the steps from the basic algorithm, but in a different manner, in a different structure. So the first one, which is usually the topic, here the topic is not necessary. Because what you do, you ask yourself, what do I really want? And then you start drawing the lines, the neurographical lines. And then in neurographical lines, we find the field lines. And then we do the big shapes, and then we add the color. And then, actually, I'll add here one more point. And then we do the last point, which is the theme 2.0, which is what's your conclusion? So you do have the conclusion here. What you do not have here is a fixing. I mean, in this particular drawing, a fixing might not be necessary, because you are just looking into what do you really want. You are not fixing on that solution, because you are not working through a problem. You're not working through a topic, but you're just looking at different options. And in general, you would like to keep yourself the space. And in terms of, you don't want to put yourself, okay, I've drawn this and that's it, that's my solutions. No, you keep that open. And that's why usually in this algorithm, we do not do the fixation. Okay, so this is about what we're going to do today. And now we're going to have a very short break, like 5 minutes break. And then we will start drawing. So grab yourself a glass of water or tea, and prepare your markers. I have mine. And also, if you have any questions about the presentation, that's a good time to ask. And then we will start drawing, and then you'll also be able to ask the questions afterwards, okay? So if there are no questions, then we have 5 minutes break, and we will start in 5 minutes. So now it's 7 minutes past. So let's start in 03. So I don't think we need more time. Okay, perfect. So before we start drawing, I'll ask, do you have any questions anything you were not clear about the presentation, or maybe something you would like to ask? Okay, if there are no questions, then let's start drawing. First, we're going to draw the neural lines. Actually, I'm going to make this bigger. So this will be bigger. The drawing will be bigger. So, so you take a marker. I'll take the color which you can see, but you take the color whichever you feel. The color which just is nice for you. And then remember what we talk in our presentation. If we look at the presentation, then we ask, what do I really want? So you can even write this question somewhere. Like we can write it on separate paper. This is not the main paper we're going to draw, but this is a paper where you're going to practice now. What do I really want? And while thinking about this question, what we can do, we can start drawing the neural lines. And the neural lines, just for us to practice before we start the main drawing. So the neural lines, what is the neural line? To recap, the neural line is the line which does not repeat itself and it goes to the direction where we do not expect it to go. So this is the neural line. It does not repeat itself. And how to find what is the direction where we do not want it to go? So that means we put the dot, and if we put it on we put a dot and then we think where our hand wants to go. And then we draw to any other direction where, apart from the one where hand wants to go. So for example, if my hand wants to go here, then I can do the drawing anywhere else except where it wants to go. So like this. Okay, and then when two neural lines connect to each other, cross each other, then what we do, we have the crossing, and then we need to do the conjoining. And I'm sure you already know how to do conjoining because we had to do it for the previous two lessons. So these are the basic. So we did the recap. Now let's take the main paper and we start our main drawing. So thinking about ourselves, what do I really want? You just ask and you just start drawing. So I'll take a different color. And you can select color intuitively, whichever color you like. I know Delana shared with you how you can feel the color itself. So please feel free to do it. Okay. So what do I really want? First, let's a bit concentrate on that. And I close my eyes and think. I breathe in and breathe out. I breathe in and breathe out. And by the way, this algorithm can be done in general, like without any topic, and can be done within a topic specific where you want to find what do you really want. In order to be able to talk more, because if we do it in general, then it will be general about the life. It can be anything about the life. But if we do specific, then we can draw what do I really want from specific project or from anything. So as you know, for example, we are starting the coaching phase in the world of Neurographica, and this is very dear to me. So I will draw about that. What do I really want from it? And you can draw whichever topic you have. It can be general, like your life, or it can be specific, like a project. So let's start. What do I really want? I ask myself, and I just start drawing the lines. Okay, I think I need to change the marker. Well, I tried to one more line, but it looks like it's going to finish. Yeah, it's finishing. It's interesting, like these two lines, this look very similar, but they're not identical. So this is the beauty of Neurographica. We do not draw identical lines. So I do need to change the mark. I remember when I was learning Neurographica. Actually, I started learning for Neurographica first time when I was in India. It was very interesting. It just happened to be in India. I didn't learn it from India. I learned it from Russia, but online. And I was in India, and new environment, new lesson, and yeah, it was a very good combination. So I changed the marker, and that's fine. So we start a new one. And I remember I was in a very small town, and I'm talking, but I continue thinking about my topic. I was in a very small town, and I was actually staying in a hospital, and I couldn't really go out, like explore much. So I had to go to the nearest store and buy like the basic pencils and then the basic markers. They had like, I think they had only two markers there. It was like very small store. And I remember how like I still was enjoying to draw my Neurographica, and it was very exciting. And actually that's one of the drawings I was doing there, the algorithm of revealing of intentions, because it's part of the basic course, and I was doing the basic course. So now I've done quite a few lines, and afterwards I still continue thinking about my topic. So my topic was the world of Neurographica coaching course. Not the coaching course itself, we are not teaching coaching, but the coaching part where we're gonna do the Neurographica and coaching together. So the people learn not just to draw, but they also get the benefit. And yeah, as you know, like while I'm drawing, I'm doing conjoining at the same time if I see the lines intersect with each other. So I do the conjoin my lines, and you do the same. And you do conjoining in order to create the harmony. Remember, one of the principles of Neurographica was to create the harmony. And yeah, so we do that. Yeah, I was talking about the topic, and so the topic I've chosen is very dear to me because I've been a coach before I started Neurographica. Actually, the way how I came to Neurographica was through coaching. Because I was a coach and I've been helping people, and became coach naturally because people asked me for help. And then I did the course in America, for 1 year course in America to become a coach, and passed exams. And I was an International Coach Federation member, so it was ICF accredited. And then I realized that coaching itself, like talking, misses some part. It misses a very integral part, which is like creativity. Because through creativity, I'm a very creative person, and through creativity, we can resolve many things. And then I came across accidentally, well, nothing in life is accident. But in Facebook, I saw Neurographica. I was actually intentionally looking for some. We continue breathing. I was looking for some aspect, some new technology, what can help us, what can help me in my teaching and learning way, in my coaching. And I saw different art therapy courses in London, but I didn't really like them for some reason or another. Like I didn't like the curriculum there. And then I came across Neurographica, and then I researched this topic, and I joined the course with Pavel Piskarov. I did the basic course, I did the specialist course, and then I did instructor's course. Because at that time, you couldn't take the different modules of instructor's course. You had to take the instructor's course only. And now you actually can take the different modules. And myself and Lana, we are teaching these modules in throughout the year. So I know in February we do the Neuro Connection. It's about relationship between people. And in January, it's a timeline. And now in December, we're doing the Neuromandala. And actually today, later on today, Lana will do the Neuromandala open class. Please join it. It's really, really interesting if you can. And by the way, all our courses, they are recorded. So if you can't even be on, then you can come. So anyway, coming back to my topic. So now I've done quite a few lines and you're done as well. Let's reflect a bit. Let's reflect on our 4 levels of reflections. So these 4 levels are, first of all, the image. What do I see in my image? Well, I see quite a few lines. I don't know, it feels like a water to me, like a sea, maybe because I've chosen the blue. Do I like my drawing? Actually, I don't like it at the moment. I'm not really keen on it, but that's okay. I do like my neural lines. I feel like they're neurographical. That's positive. What do I feel? I feel not worried, but a bit strange. I feel, what do I feel? A bit excited, yes, because my topic excites me. Then let's think about what do we feel in our body. I feel a bit of my tummy, and actually I feel a bit my neck, yeah. Do I feel warm or cold or hot? Probably a bit more cold than hot, yes. And what kind of thoughts I have? What do I think? I think that's a great way of helping people, because we do teach Neurographica, but it's also important sometimes for a person to grow with another person, because even for myself, like in order to work through the topic, I can draw it by myself, but I know for sure that when someone else does it to me, like when someone else leads the coaching session, Neurographical coaching session, I most likely will get much more benefit of it, because that person might ask me the questions which I'm not asking myself, and which maybe are not comfortable to me, to my topic, and maybe the questions from which I'm hiding. So, yeah. So that's why I quite like when I have the sessions being done by someone else. So now we continue drawing, we continue adding the lines, and we continue doing the conjoining. Continue breathing. Breathing is important. When we have enough lines, actually, if you don't have any questions, I will mute for now, and then I will open the microphone later, okay?
Am I audible?
Sorry, do you have any questions?
Yeah, actually, I don't have any questions regarding the presentation, but while drawing the lines, I feel that usually the starting point of my line is just the same. Whatever first line I draw, it is just the same as the previous one.
Can you show
It
me
is
the
not.
drawing?
Now I have done this.
Okay.
Is it correct? I mean, I don't know.
No, I think your drawing looks quite fine, and the lines come from different points.
Now I have added the lines to the drawing. Whenever I start drawing, I start from this point, like this, central. I never start from top or bottom or the other corner. Is it fine, well, or it is? Yeah.
When we draw the algorithm of removal of limitations, it's the one which you did with Lana, then it's fine to start with the center, because that's how you're supposed to do it. Okay. So if you do it, that algorithm, you always start with the center. Whereas when you do the algorithm, this one which we are doing today is algorithm of reveal of intentions. Then you start, you can start wherever. There's no rule. I mean, I start usually from one side of this sheet to another, because we draw the line from one side to another. We try to fill in all the page with the line.
So do I need to cover the page more?
Can you show me again? Well, I think you have enough lines in terms of you work through all the parts of your page, but maybe if you see some blanks, some like white spots, I can see in there's some white side. Maybe you add more lines there. Or in general, like when we're adding the lines in this particular algorithm, we are not really thinking about too much where we add them. We're just putting the lines, because the next step afterwards will be looking at the drawing and seeing what kind of shapes we have, okay? But
thank you.
In general, in Neurographica, it's considered to be the more lines, the better. So if you have more lines, it means you create more neural connections. It means you're working through the topic or whatever you're drawing more intensely.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we continue. So I will mute them to avoid the noise, but if you want to speak, you can unmute yourself anytime, okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. So then we continue drawing the lines, and whenever the lines intersect with each other, we can join them. I know there's some people do this algorithm without complete intersection, so the lines almost like a parallel, but I don't really think that's the way to do it, especially then we don't have any shapes. So we do the conjoining, and while we do conjoining, think about what you feel in your body, what you feel in your mind, what you feel as emotions, and how you feel about your picture, about your image, what comes to you. Ooh, and we continue breathing. And think about the topic. Yeah, so the topic mine is the coaching, neurographical coaching. Yeah, and I really like coaching because the coaching can resolve the topic. It's not just diving into the topics, but it helps to find the solutions. And when you're doing with someone else, then it helps you in the way that it's better. So that's why I want to give to students this opportunity to do the neurographical coaching, to feel what kind of questions you can ask yourself when you do the Neurographica, because if the person is not familiar with coaching or therapy, then sometimes they might just, I don't know what to ask, I don't know what to do. And so this one can help quite a bit. I feel quite excited. Yeah, I think it's going to be great way, and especially as an English language, Neurographic is still developing itself. In Russian, it's quite well developed. There are many instructors, but in English, it's not. So I want to give this to our English-speaking community, as most of my friends are English speakers. I live in London, and even though English is not my native language, well, now it almost became a native. So yeah, I think I use English more than I use any other language in my life, including my native language. Yeah, I continue drawing, continue adding lines. I think I'm quite happy with the amount of lines I have. There should not be too little, but I think I have enough for the time being. So I'll finish this conjoining, and then I'll start doing the next step. I will do the fill lines, and I will do the shapes. Ooh. So what is the fill line? The fill line is like the line which is which brings attention. It unifies the space as well. Because we make it thicker, we make it more loud. We don't actually need to make it thicker in terms of this using the same color. We can use completely different color, but we need to make the fill line stand out. Okay, I think I've done all my conjoining. Yeah, also like another thought came to my mind. I like doing code, not just like teaching like I'm doing today, Neurographica, but also like doing coaching in the sense that while we're drawing, while we're learning new technique, we're actually working through the topic. So I'm not just talking and explaining you what to do, but I'm actually also following you on your topic and ask the questions in the process. So if it's a group, so then everyone has its own topic and we work through these topics. In this way, you will see how you can do it yourself at home. That's quite nice and valuable part. So I think I'm done with my lines. Now I can do a couple of fill lines. I think I'll use a different color a bit. One. Usually you would use color which can be definitely seen, and I'm just wondering which one I want. It's not this one. I'm just trying. Yeah, it's blue, but it will be thicker. I don't want, for some reason, like to go different color today. So the way how we do the fill lines, please remember, we do it from one side to another side of the paper and from bottom to up. So you can choose. We don't do it like round. Fill line is not round. Fill line is the line which unifies the drawing. It goes to unify it. Okay. So, and the way how you choose it, just based on your feelings. There's no specific logic or rule how you need to do the neuroline. Currently, I do my neuroline just following the line which I already have, but that's not always obligatory. You can do your neuroline also outside. For example, let me do another one. So I do another my neuroline here. So I don't finish it yet. And then I feel like I want to go up. You can do that. So you go high and you do that. But please remember, whenever you do the new line, we do the conjoining. And the conjoining needs to be done with the color, which is lighter. So if you have the, I don't know, if you use black and red, so for example, your main lines were red, and then you do the conjoining, you do the fill lines with the black, then you need to do the conjoining with the red, because black is the dark color. Yeah. In my case, it's all blue, so it's easy. As I just maybe in the beginning, you don't add another line, you just use the line of the same color. It will be easier, and it will be like less issues. You will not need to think, you just do the conjoining everywhere where you can see the angles, like I'm doing now. And we continue monitoring what do we feel in our body, what do we feel in our mind, what's the thoughts are. And we'll breathe in and breathe out. Okay. So I quite like my neural lines, field lines. And now I need to see what kind of shapes do I see in my drawing. I see some rounds. Yeah. Like that's so I see the shape here. It's like an oval. And remember, in basic course of Neurographica, we are working with harmonious shapes, which are the circles and the ovals, or the eggs, as we sometimes call them. Later on, you can do also other shapes. Later on, you can do, you will learn the shapes like like a triangle and the square. And I know Lana mentioned briefly about them. And we also have the special class neuro shapes where you can learn it. And we will have the bigger class about that later on. But in general, until you learn about them, I suggest you not to use any other shapes. Just circles and ovals because they are harmonious. The other shapes, especially the triangle, it can create more conflict than solution. And especially in this algorithm of revealing of intentions, we want everything to be harmonized. So we just look for the circles or ovals. And as usual, whenever you add something new, like I added here some new lines, I do the rounding or conjoining. So, okay, what else did I see? Actually, here I see one more shape, and here you will see that. Remember one of the 10 principles I was talking about, that there is no borders. So here I've done this round, but obviously it's not a finished round. If I would just had more paper, I would continue and finishing there. So, but in my mind, it's continuous. So this round is not finishing here. It's somewhere else. Whew. So we do some shapes. Usually there's a principle of 7 plus minus 2. So we would have a minimum of 5 objects, maximum of 9 objects on the paper. As you're doing basics, I would say don't go into maximum. It might be a bit complicated. So if you have like 5, 7 objects, it's nice. If you have less, that could be fine as well, but I suggest you to have those. I don't know, I try to avoid this one. It's circle because it's small and it's only two fields connecting each other, but I still see it. So I decided to highlight it as well. And we continue thinking about the topic. Oh, my topic. Actually, see here one big interlock. Like one big one. Oh, we continue breathing. And it's fine, like as you can see, there's too much shape, the figures, they intersected, they overlapped, and it's completely fine. You can even have one shape within another. That's also fine. Just remember, whenever there are angles, you do need to do the conjoining. Oh, I started feeling my neck. Emotion-wise, I feel calm, I feel content. Which kind of thoughts coming? That it can be a great program, and then the more people learn about it, about Neurographica, the more people can join, and they can benefit from it, because people, not all people know what is coaching and how to ask questions to yourself, and this program will help this, because then you'll know what you can ask yourself, because sometimes people are stuck. It's like, oh, yeah, I want to learn, but I don't know how, I don't know what to ask. So this is a good one. I remember when I was learning coaching, oh my God, initially that asking questions was so funny, so strange. Yeah. Interesting. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shapes. I'm thinking, do I want to add more? Actually, what I want to add more is a neuroline here, because I feel that's a bit empty. So I added more neuroline. And when I did it, I do need to do the conjoining again. And for example, if we were drawing now together as a neuro coaching, then in this process, you would not be sitting and just drawing, but I would be asking you questions. How do you feel? What do you see in your drawing? So we would work through your topic. And as in this particular drawing, the topic is not necessary. You can have it, like I chosen to have it, but it can be anything about your life. So when you are stuck and you don't know what to do, this is a great algorithm to draw, because then it helps you to find something new, some new ideas, some new passions maybe. Okay, I can see one more shape, and I think that will be the last one. And as you can see in this particular shape, the circle is almost inside it. Actually, I'll do it inside it. So that's also completely fine. Your shapes can play with each other. You can create this a game, like a working with each other. Okay. Now let's think about when we finish drawing with the shapes, and you have like 5 to 7 shapes. I would suggest not to go into 9 yet. So if you have 5 to 7 shapes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 before. Oh, 6. So I have 6. Maybe some will appear later, but I have 6 at the moment. So, what do I see? I see this as a coaching. Interesting. I need to think, like I'm looking at my drawing, I'm thinking, what do I see? Because now we need to ask ourselves what each of these shapes, what does each of this shape mean? And it can be, you might have an answer, you might not have an answer. At the moment, I'm a bit confused, I'm not sure. I think like this one for me is like a big world's community of Neurographica in general. Like it's there, it exists, and it's here in the drawing. What do I want to do with it is maybe to connect it to my main 2 shapes. These main 2 shapes, I think it symbolizes the neurographical coaching and neurographic itself. So obviously the neurographic is bigger and the neurographical coaching is a bit smaller because it's a part of bigger neurographica. And so what I want to do is I add the neural line from here to here in the way that I connect them. So I connect neurographical community to this neurographical coaching and neurographic itself. So you can play with the shapes, you can connect them if you want to build a connection. Connection is how to do the connections. We will learn in February, but this is just like a beginner's level with just add the line. Line always adds connection. So this is the Neurographica, and this is a Neurographical coach. This is my knowledge of coaching, which I had before, and my experience, because I'm well experienced coach. So it's there. It touches my coaching. Maybe I will add more lines from one to another. So there's integration. Yeah. So that. And then what else we have? Here, I think this is like some kind of new project which we are doing, something else. And what it is, I don't know yet. And it's fine. Not always we need to know what does it mean. Yeah, I think here, because I forgot about this shape, one could be, I think this is like my basic, it's in my course, which I did in in coaching ages ago. And this is all my knowledge and experience, which I gained later on. So this is like my basis, why I can do this coaching class. And yeah, so this is our world of Neurographica, Neurographics, and this is the world of Neurographica coaching. I think I want it to be united. Yeah. So what I can do, I can also create a new shape if I want it. So I create a new shape, so it's together. It unites. Because basically you learn neurographic and you learn coaching, and you don't learn coaching in terms of you don't become coach, but you will learn how to coach yourself. Yeah, we're not teaching new coaches, but we are helping people to learn how to coach themselves using the neurographical techniques, because there are many neuro coaching programs, but Neurographica is special because we do this 4-level reflection. We connect this in different levels, and we are drawing. So it's not we're just talking about, oh, okay, you talked about your topic. So how do you feel emotionally, mentally, physically? I mean, coach does this as well, but in Neurographica, we can actually do work it through physically by drawing. And sometimes you might want to add more lines. You can do it like I did it like here. Okay, so this is my drawing. Now the next step is adding the color. I can sit a bit with my drawing and think which color would I like to add. I want to go a bit more colorful than usually. So the colors. Oof, I feel pain in my shoulders because I feel like I'm heaviness of this program on me. That is great. I'm sure it will go away with the color. So I will add more lightness. The green color in neurographical world means easiness, lightness. So everything will be light and easy. So I add, and please remember the color we add, when we add the color, the job of the color is to unite. So we do not color just one cell, we color a fragment. So, and while doing that, we continue monitoring what we feel. This will be my fragment. That's interesting. I usually don't color in this way. Usually color like that it's flowing, but today I want it like this. Okay, nice. I've done this one. Now I want yellow. The yellow color means clarity. And there's a special course on Neurographica where you learn the colors. It's called Neurocolor. I think we do it in March, yeah. And you can already, we will publish it soon, so you can subscribe to it very quickly, sooner than later. So, okay, back my in. My clarity, yes. Oof. I love it. Oh, orange. As you can see from my background, this is the picture I made. Orange is another color I love. Actually, the picture in the background is the picture also from Neurocolor. It's a fire, because in Neurocolor we learn different elements and how they interact with each other. And this one is a fire. I was drawing the fire element, I think. And we continue breathing. Usually when we add one color, it's good to have it not just in one space, but to have it somewhere else. So I feel like I want to add it here. In this way that it's not heavy in one spot, that it's harmonizes the drawing. Yeah, I know this course will be active. It will be very interesting. Oh, I'm excited. Yay. So now I want to add, that's strange, I want to add pink. I'm usually not the fan of pinks, but today I want pink. And think about what color you have and what does it mean to you. I mean, even if you didn't do the Neurocolor one, you can ask yourself what's the meaning of this color is for you. What does it mean? What does it mean in this algorithm reveal of intentions? What does it mean to you? What does it reveal to you? For me, for example, I add pink, so the pink is like red in general is energy. Pink is a bit lighter, so it's like softer, because I know I cannot have aggressive energy with my students. I need to be like soft, so that they know how to do it, so they can learn. I never liked like harsh teachers, because yeah, I might do all the homework and I might do everything, but then in general the knowledge, it will not stay as long as it could stay. It's like this. Okay, what else? I want more green, but different kind of green. More light green. Yeah, and you can see that my picture is flowing, it's developing. Quite enjoy it. It's lightness. So this, all this course is like it's light. It's being done in a light way, and yeah, I think it needs to be not too heavy. It needs to be light, and it needs to be enjoyable. People need to enjoy what they're doing. People need to enjoy neurographic. Some people become very heavy and very upset. And here, for example, what I'm doing now, I start color here, and now I want to go through this. And yes, you can go on top of each other color. And don't worry about what will be, because in neurographic, in the end of the day, what's important is the process. Even if sometimes you mark it and it becomes like not as nice as it was before, that's fine, because what you're doing, you're working through your topic, or you, in this case, you're working through the topic of reveal of intentions. And yeah, so now coming back to the thoughts about my topic, I'll just take some water and then continue talking. I like it. Now looking at my picture, I quite like it. I might, you can close even the eyes and think about it, like what do you see, what do you think? Oh. I feel warmth in my body now. Interesting. I still feel my shoulders. Yes, I do. And what else I feel? I like my picture. It becomes more harmonious. I want to add this orange here. Lighter orange, softer orange. Yeah, I feel this course needs, like, it's peach orange. If this was papaya orange, then this one is peach orange. Oh, I love papayas. Wow, while adding this color, I feel so hot. Like usually I do feel when it's red, but in this case I feel like I want more of it. I feel like this pastel color is more harmonious. Yeah. It's nice. I like it. I love it. And let's add it here. So, like, I feel like I'm adding harmony to my drawing. And remember, you don't need to fill all your drawing with the color. Sometimes it happens, sometimes not. In the beginning, I always was like, my drawing was always filled with color, but that's doesn't have to be. Oof, I still feel hot. Oh my god. And you see here, for example, the blue and this peach color, they interacted with each other, so it became a bit dirty. And in a graphical drawing, it's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. So what I want you to avoid is, I'll show you here on the picture. So for example, let's say this is, I'll just do the burst quickly so that there are different lines. Okay, so what I want you to avoid in doing is filling in, like, carefully like that around the lines. So you fill here. So you don't touch the blue, and then fill here. Okay, maybe this color is not the best to show this. Okay, I'll show you with using the yellow. So what I want you to avoid, do not do what I'm doing now, is to do like this. So you color, but you don't touch the the other side, like you don't touch the borders. This is wrong. This is not Neurographica. Because the idea in Neurographica is you conjoin. What we do with color, we do archetyping. So we conjoin. So we go on top. You can go further. I mean, obviously here you would continue further, but in general, the idea is that you don't do the cell work. Yeah. So please remember that. So now I just see some white spaces. I will cover them, which not necessary to do, but I just want to know that. Oh, actually I added more color different. That's symbolic because that was pink. But that's fine. The colors can interplay with each other. That's also completely fine. Yeah, that's interesting how it became like now. This pink goes into this orange and then becomes very dark orange. Interesting. I didn't do it with intention of doing it, but it became like that. Okay. So I quite like my work. So now what we've done, even my nail polish fits my picture. So what we've done all the steps of this algorithm. So we've done, first we've done the lines, then we did the conjoining, then we did the field lines, then we did the shapes, and finally we did the color. We've done the archetyping. When we put the color in Neurographic, it's called archetyping. So now, how do I feel about my topic? I feel very nice. I feel like, yes, and you don't need to have a topic if it was reveal of intention. So then what you ask yourself is like, okay, what does this drawing reveal to you? What did you learn new? What kind of outcome do you have? In my case, it's like the neurocoaching and Neurographica is related, and it's one whole as in our world of Neurographica. And the neurocoaching which I'm doing is based on my knowledge and also I'm sure of Lana's knowledge as well. And this is the world of Neurographica, which is exists in general and which interacts with our project. And this is something new. This is something which will be in the future where we are going. So I quite like my drawing. I feel excited to start it next Wednesday. I feel happy, joy. Oof. Yeah, that's very interesting. So now we'll just come back to the presentation. So we do the recap quickly, and then afterwards I'll answer all your questions you have. So I'll just do the share screen. Yeah. Oops. It's not sure. So this is a basic algorithm of Neurographica. And that's what you learned with Lana, and that's what you learned today. The algorithm of revealing of intention. So first, the topic wasn't necessary, but I've chosen to have my topic, but I was looking for the intentions within my topic. What do I really want? And I realized that I want to neurocoaching be connected to Neurographica, to be like a one whole, and it's to be based on my knowledge and to go further. I think actually now while talking about it, because the more you talk, the more thoughts come to your mind, and I want the clients to be happy and get benefits. Yeah, that's most important, because the idea of all this program is to have more benefits from Neurographic, and that's why they're combined. Because Neurographic is not just the drawing process; it's a working through your topic process, and when you learn how to do it more properly, then you can get better results. Yeah, I think that is my topic, the final topic. It's like theme 2.0. I will add it here, one more point in the presentation before I send it to you. So we went through this process. We already talked this through, and yeah, I feel. And finally, before we finish, we do the reflection as well. Like, how do you feel about all our aspects? How does it look, the drawing? I quite like my drawing. I'm looking at it and I feel happy, light, joyed. I like it in the paper. How does it look in my mind? In my mind, like it looks united, it looks connected. It looks like not just as something separate, but it's done for the benefit of the students, done for the benefit of Neurographic in the whole world, because there are not many people who does Neurographic in English, and I'm very happy to be one of them. And first feelings I have, I feel feelings of gratitude, of joy. Yes, that's what I feel. Sensations. I feel my shoulders, but not that. It's not pain anymore. I just feel like nice. Someone to straighten my shoulders. Nice. I feel like sweet taste in my mouth, and I do have smile on my face. Conclusions, thoughts. Well, I already said my thoughts. I shared with you. So these are ideas, insights. I think that what this project revealed, what I was drawing revealed, is that neurocoaching and Neurographica, they do need to be combined within under the big umbrella of the world of Neurographica, and because the coaching is a like additional instrument for the Neurographica. Like as you can see in my drawing, it's a bit smaller, but it's based on big knowledge, which I have and which Lana has. So I quite, and I think like the students will have very big benefit of it. And while talking about it, I feel like I want to add one more shape, like one more bigger shape. And this will be this one. Yeah, this is the benefit of people which would gain from it. Because the benefit is bigger than its method, because you learn it once and then you use it. And then you can use it through all your life. You don't need to. So it's not something what like, it's like a bicycle. If you learn how to ride the bicycle, you know how to do it, even if you didn't cycle for a long time. So yeah, in the end, I just felt like I want to add this more shape, and it was fine because I had 6 shapes, so this was the 7th shape, and I like number 7. 7 is my year of birth, not year, but like my birth number. So 7 is my favorite number. Yes, I quite enjoy it. Okay, great. So I have my drawing. I've done all this rounding. I've done all the conclusions. Now I'm open to the questions. If you have any questions, please go ahead.
No, I don't have any question.
Okay. And can you share what are your, like, while drawing, what do you feel now? Like, how do you feel about your drawing? What's your what did it reveal to you?
Like you said that you have a intention in your mind regarding why you are drawing the lines and everything and the shapes. So I had a similar feeling in my mind that someday I want to teach this particular art and at least start something which is not here in India.
Yes.
So yeah, so I want to do that, and now what I have drawn and what I have colored, I feel there is the uniformity, more uniformity than before, and there is some coherence. The cohesiveness is there. Yeah, but while drawing, I started having headache.
Oh, okay. That can happen. It means a lot of processes going on. So that's normal. Okay. Wow, it's a beautiful drawing. I really like it. Wow, it's very nice. Very light. How many shapes do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, that's
7, 8, 9. Yeah, more than 7.
That's nice. That's nice. Very nice drawing. And please remember, after you finish your drawing, when you're happy with that, then post it in our group, and I will do a proper supervision. according to all the steps of algorithms.
Absolutely. So the last thing that you have drawn, connecting the overlapping circles, that is what is compulsory to draw, or you just felt like connecting the shapes?
No, when I started this, I just you know, when we start with the lines, we saw the drawing and we see the lines, and then I saw one circle, and then I saw another circle. So I made these two circles. In the beginning, when I was making them, I didn't know what they symbolize. Symbols came afterwards.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the last portion you draw.
Oh, this one.
From top. Yes. What is the concept behind it? I mean, you just felt like connecting everything, or it is the field line you want to represent?
This is not the field line. The field lines are this blue. Yeah, this one I felt like it's a benefits which people get. So because I feel like the benefits is even bigger than the method. So like I just felt like, okay, I need to draw the benefits. I need to put them, and like this is where they are.
Okay, so connection, you wanted to make some connection of your thought process.
It's more intuitive. It's what I felt rather than what I thought with my mind. So I felt like, oh, I want to draw this line, and this line means benefit. That's it. It just came naturally. You don't need to think too much about it. Like when you draw the shapes, first you draw the shapes, then you think about the meaning, and then that's it. Like then it's done for them. But then if at certain point you feel like, oh, you want to add more and more shape, you add one more shape, and then the meaning of that shape might appear, might not appear. For example, this shape which I have here, the yellow one, small one, I wasn't sure about that meaning. So the shape can stay meaningless as well. Not everything in your drawing need to have a meaning now. Sometimes, especially in the future algorithms, when we draw resources, sometimes we have like a resource which is unknown, but it still helps us.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, so all is clear now, and that's good.
Yes.
Okay, yes. That's perfect. Well, then we are done for today. Thank you so much for being present here today and drawing together. And this video will be available today. I will publish it in our group together with the drawing, and hope to see you in our next classes. Are you planning to join Neurolotus?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Neuromandala?
I will join the session today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. Well, I'm sure that will be a great session. Lana is doing it. So
yes.
And I will watch it later because I have some other plans. But yes, enjoy. Neuromandala is a great thing, and we are starting Neuromandala already next week. So
actually, because of the timeline, I'm not able to catch up many things.
Yes, I mean, I do always on Lana does on weekdays in the evening, and I do on Sundays in the morning, like I do today. I mean, morning my time. For you is plus 6 hours, I guess. So it's 5 hours. So okay. Where in India are you from?
I'm from Pune, India. Pune, Maharashtra.
Pune, okay.
Yeah, Mumbai.
Okay. Pune. Yeah. Oh, I have a friend living there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, actually, very, very good friend.
Okay.
Nice. So, okay, well, hope to see you in some future classes, and thank you for joining today, and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.